Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, expansiveness, success, prosperity. This is an increase of something. This is something getting bigger and better, right? It could be that we've been feeling kind of at the bottom of the wheel lately, between the rubber and the road down there at the bottom. But the wheel's turning, and I think we're coming back on top. This is Jupiter's promise to you that things are getting better, that luck is changing in your favor, right? That the winds are blowing in a new direction, so to speak. Yeah. So I think this is very good. I think this is divine timing. The Wheel of Fortune is Spirit's wristwatch, right? The cosmic timepiece. And we may not always understand the divine timing, but everything is happening as it should. And let's put this into some context. Let's see what's going on with some of that energy today. Well, now we've got that personal, creative, ambitious devil energy. This is Spirit saying that whatever effort you put in, it's going to match you, dollar for dollar here, right? This is that alignment. This is that co-creative energy. That through your efforts, then, it's like company matching 401k, right? Every dollar you put in, Spirit's going to put in $1, maybe even $2, right? So it kind of motivates us to do better, work harder, climb higher, right? And Spirit will meet you in the middle. Spirit will respond. The universe will respond to the efforts that you put in. Okay, but that's not all that's required. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Fool. Look at that. Beautiful Fool energy. You go into it without expectations. If we go into a situation just merely for the fact that we got to get that 401k from our employer, that's not the right attitude, right? We don't want to be attached to this kind of we don't want to be attached to any of it, right? We want to be kind of free in our spirit. We're not doing things just for the profit. You know what I mean? Let's see what else we got. Let's keep going. We've got the Hanged Man, sure. The Magician. Oh, look at that. Fool and Magician. We might have to do an E-Jing hexagram today. And we've got a Knight of Cups. Now you are, it's not about the profit. It's not about the success. It's about you connecting with people. It's about you kind of giving your gift away, right? It's almost you're willing to give away all your profit, and therefore you're going to get more of it, right? It's this attitude of non-attachment, right? It's the willingness to share what you are, to share your essence, to share your gift with the world. That's going to really, I think, harmonize you with the universe, right? Everything seems to be in alignment right now. Everything, really. I mean, even the Fool and the Magician these are in perfect alignment too. This is raw talent. This is that refined skill, right? And isn't that the recipe for Wheel of Fortune, the recipe for success, right? The raw talent plus the willingness to learn, to practice, to refine your raw talent. Then you've really got something to offer the world, right? Then you've really got something that is a kind of a magical recipe for success. You also have to have the ambition. That's what it all comes down to, the hunger, the drive. but also the non-attachment, also the willingness to learn, and the willingness to not only learn, but the willingness to act like you already know. You know what I mean? We need a little bit of that magician. We'll come back around to the magician. The hanged man, the willingness to let go of all of it, the willingness to sacrifice everything and give it all away. Right? I'm not saying you have to. Spirit's not saying you have to, but this is part of that non-attachment. This is the being examining your reasons why you want this achievement or this success. Okay, this is a very rare alignment. I don't think this happens very often, where we get, especially the Fool and the Magician. That, to me, this is the magical combination. Not to mention the alignment of that Wheel of Fortune in the middle and the Devil energy right on top. Just these cards alone, this is that perfect alignment. This is that recipe for success. The raw talent, the skill, the hunger and ambition to succeed. That's what it's all about. But then you've got this extra component of this kind of self-sacrifice. It's almost a renunciation here, and it's kind of like I don't know if you've read Karma Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. We offer the fruits of our labor to Spirit, to universe, God, Goddess, deity. Doesn't mean we get to enjoy them or don't get to enjoy them, but we're not attached to them. When they're gone, we don't cry. When we get them, we don't, jump for joy and get carried away with ourselves. It seems it's just a natural flow of things. You have the talent and the skill and the ambition. Yeah, you're going to succeed. And the rewards that you get in your success are to be utilized and to be enjoyed, but just as easily you could give them away. Right? It's a frame of mind. Yeah, it's an attitude, and it's kind of a fool attitude. And we have this perfect alignment too, because it's kind of in a way it's the magician knows who they are, very refined, very specific and particular, laser focus, whereas the fool doesn't have laser focus. It's just kind of spread out everywhere. Right? But we've got the balance of the two. The magician thinks, I am the star of the show, and I'm going to be treated like a star, And the fool is just kind of the vagabond, the one that's just, I got the clothes on my back, and that's all I need, You're looking California, you're feeling Minnesota, right? To quote a wonderful singer-songwriter that we lost too early. More cards here. Now we've got a Princess of Cups. We've got a Prince of Pentacles. We've got Princess of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Now, because you have this recipe for success, this really kind of rare alignment of cards, but you're giving it away. You're doing something with it. It's not just something that you're hoarding. It's not this success that you're just keeping it all for yourself. What are you doing with it? Well, you're discovering your gift, you're achieving your success, and you're trying to continue to do good works. Works of love, works of creation, works of compassion. Doesn't mean you have to give all your money away, right? But you're channeling all of this creative energy into something very practical. See, look what we have here. The Knight of Cups goes into the Princess of Cups, which then builds up this earth energy. Prince, princess, queen. You're building something that is lasting. You're building an empire kind of here, right? You're building a life. You're building a world. You're building a future. This is something maybe that will, this is kind of you in retirement, right? This is, you're building something on the physical plane with this kind of infinite energy. This is all major arcana right here. Let's select the mystery card before I get too carried away. This doesn't happen very often. So this is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. Roboduck will keep an eye, or two eyes, on that card. Two rather creepy eyes too, don't you think? I've been told that his eyes look a little, or their eyes look a little creepy. I don't know. Anyway, That card's going to tie everything together. It'll give us our confirmation. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right? We should do it together. We should exercise our intuition as often as possible. Okay? Looking around the room, we see, obviously, major arcana, water and earth. Water and earth. We don't see the fire. We don't see the air. But I think that there's enough fire in this devil here, because this is the cardinal earth energy. This is fire and earth. So there is fire inside of this card, and this is what we call ambition or endurance. It's that fire in you that keeps you going, right? And we've got a little bit of air. The Mercury, magician, the Fool. The Fool is pure air. The Fool is kind of just like a hot air balloon. You know, there's a lot of space in there, and it's just kind of, it just wants to go in every direction. It needs to have some sort of a container around it to give it form, to give it purpose, to make it useful, right? And I think that's what the magician is doing. That's what we have, this raw talent, right? And maybe you don't know or haven't known in your life, I would bet, that you've always been good at stuff. You have this talent, you have this kind of aspiration to bigger and better things, but maybe we didn't always know exactly what it was. You have what would be called raw talent, natural talent. And maybe you were good at everything. You'd pick up a pen, and you can write a novel. You would pick up a guitar, you'd write a song. You'd pick up anything, and you'd be good at it. You'd pick up a sport, and you'd hit a home run. But there was really no direction. There was no container. It was just a lot of that raw, natural energy, talent, creativity, but it needed a leader. It needed direction. It needed a container and a purpose. Yeah. Well, that's what we've got the magician for. At some point, you realize what your purpose is, and I think that's kind of what we got down here with the Princess of Cups. This is the realization of what your dream really is. The Fool, in some ways, doesn't have a dream. It's just out there wandering in the world, stumbling into one adventure after another with no real purpose, no real direction, nothing really inside of there that it really is yearning for. Right? The only thing that the Fool yearns for is that expansive experience, to just go in every direction and just to gain as much experience as possible. So this could be, now if I were to try to guess some details, this would be you having a lot of different jobs in your life, trying a lot of different things, having this natural curiosity. You kind of were a wanderer a little bit, right? Maybe literally, but at least kind of intellectually, creatively, even spiritually maybe. Tried a lot of different things. You just wanted to take it all in. Yeah. But I think that you have realized a dream. I think that you have come to understand over the last gosh, I don't even know, maybe the last few years or last few months even, really. You've come to learn more and more what your actual dream is. You have all this natural talent. What do you need to concentrate on in order to take that, to make something a reality, to take a dream and do something with it? Right? It's kind of like when you're, I don't know, in high school, you're good at everything. And then your parents say, or your guidance counselor or whatever, says, all right, it's time to go to college. You got to pick a major. I don't know. You like so many different things. How do you choose? How do you narrow it down? And so I think there's a lot of people out there, and we would call them, what, underachievers, I guess? I don't like that term. But it seems like there's all of this natural talent, skill, creativity. And there's even will and determination and endurance. But it just needs to be focused, right? And I think that's what's going on with you. I think that now you have kind of narrowed it down to a particular course, and you've realized exactly what you need to do, how you need to narrow your path a little bit so that you can take your dream and make it an actual practical, material, physical world reality, building it up. is building a business, building a life, building a future, whatever this is. Building a car, I don't know. But this is that spiritual work that you do to figure out, really to get the details of this dream. And I don't know how this came about. We could go check some of our past readings and see, but I think that a lot of the readings for you, Sagittarius, have been talking, some in obvious ways, some in more subtle ways, about you discovering what your dream is, what your purpose is. What is this true love? What do you really want to do that is going to utilize this natural and raw talent that you have, but is going to give it some focus, give it some direction, give it a container, give it a place to manifest. Yeah. And to do that, you've got to have that devil energy. You've got to have a mind that is willing to soak up information, but not just every book from every corner and everything. You just have this thirst for knowledge. You're like a sponge. You've got to be discerning. You've got to pick and choose those books, those courses of study, those skills, those kinds of things, Those areas of concentration that are going to assist you in manifesting this dream, because this is still just a little baby dream, to manifest that into an actual reality, an actual physical manifested life or future or business or whatever this is, career. Manifesting your dream, manifesting your purpose. I don't care how old you are. Maybe you're already retired. Right? And maybe that's what this Hanged Man is. Maybe there was a point where we just kind of gave up and we just said, maybe I'm just one of those people that don't have a purpose in life. Maybe your purpose was just to wander. Maybe now you find yourself, in your later years, some of you anyway, you're in your later years and you're still trying to find that purpose, But the one secret I think that no one is really talking about is that all of this wandering, all of this fool energy, this was your purpose. Your purpose isn't finding, I was supposed to be a school teacher. Too late. I discovered it now, but it's too late to do anything about it. I don't think our destiny, our fate, is in exactly what we do, but how we do it and why we do it. So all these years of wandering and soaking up knowledge and experience, that was your purpose. That was a part of your purpose. And now your purpose, I think, is to pick a portion of that, to try to narrow the path a little bit and build something new, build something either again, right? But to take a piece of this dream and, this is either the business or this is the, whatever, something in the physical realm. This could be a family. Right? This is the next part of your purpose, right? The next part of your purpose. But back to the magician likes to be center stage, wants to be the leader of the band, right? Wants all the attention on them. And you have to have that kind of charisma. You have to have that kind of confidence. You have to be able to get up and say, this is for me. I know what I'm doing. I'm perfectly capable. I'm the best in the room. At the same time, realizing that we're just an empty balloon of air that needs to continue to gain knowledge, gain experience, and to refine ourselves. We have to be the magician and the fool, right? The best magicians have a little bit of, clownery in their act, right? And the best clowns have a little bit of magic in their show too. We have to blend these energies together. This is serious business, and also it's not. It's all fun and games, right? We have all the knowledge we need, but yet at the same time, we're empty. We need to be filled. This is that perfect alignment. This is the absolute recipe for success, whatever you're doing. Not all of you are retired. Some of you maybe are still figuring out your kind of life's work. This is your life's work here. This is the next portion of it, the portion where we build something kind of from the ground up, where we found the raw materials in the environment and we're building this future. We're building the rest of our lives. Whatever age you are, you're building the rest of your life here. Okay. But you have to be willing to learn. You have to be confident in your own abilities. At the same time, you've got to realize you still need more knowledge and skill and more refinement. Now, it's not so much about how much knowledge we get, but what quality. It's not quantity, right? It's the quality of the material now. At one point, maybe when we were younger or whatever, last year, it was about as much as we could possibly take in. I don't care what it was, I'm going to devour everything. Knowledge, experience, And now we've got to be more refined. Now I've got to be discerning. Now I don't have the time or the energy. I don't have the room to just take in everything. Now I've got to pick and choose. I've got to be selective. Right? I've got to discriminate. Okay? And this really is the recipe for success. The Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune here, it is your time to do this. Now is the time that this kind of dial has been switched over to a more kind of narrow focus. We're building the rest of our life here. And I really do like this Knight of Cups. This is the giving and receiving of love and affection. This is the giving of a gift and the receiving of a gift. And this is what it's really about. This is why we're building this future, right? And maybe this is for a family. Maybe this is for a relationship. Maybe this is for spirituality, creativity. And this is something that connects you. This is the will. This is the energy. This is your intention to connect with others, to connect with your environment, to have intimate, also infinite, but to have intimate relationships with the infinite, to form those kinds of bonds in life. Yeah, to strengthen those bonds in your life. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. We talked about the Princess of Cups, right? We're trying to kind of pick that dream, try to really get the details, to refine our understanding of what our heart, what our spirit really wants. Be able to put it into practical stages. To realize how we could build this. But what we're kind of missing here, I think, is the link between the water and the earth. We kind of need like some air energy. We can't go directly from our dreams to physical, tangible reality. I can't just feel something or wish for something and then look, there it is, right? We need the air energy because we have to formulate a plan. Okay, this is the builder in the position of the environment. The builder's ready to build, but like this is the person, the princess is the one with the dream. This is the one with the idea, the inspiration, right? The imagination. I've dreamed all this stuff up. And then the builder says, yeah, that's great, but can you give me some sort of outline or plan or like something to work from? Okay? The builder here in the position of the environment is ready to work. But we need a plan, okay? We have the resources we need. Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Discs. We've got all the resources that we need. We're not lacking for anything in the world. When we need it, it will be there, okay? And the future, we've already got our future self. This is your future self, the Queen of Pentacles. Really sitting pretty, really able to look back on the past and appreciate and understand the process of how we got here. So your future self is hoping that you heed all of these cards, all of this energy, so that you can arrive at this destination. But what we need is the air to connect it. We need the blueprint. What I want the mystery card to be now is a 6 of Swords, right? That's the blueprint. That's the divine plan. That is now the mental, intellectual, psychic energy that can see the step-by-step way. It's like now, okay, now this thing has come with that little the paper with the instructions on it. You're building like a bookshelf or something, and it comes with that little sheet of instructions with the pictures and stuff, the diagrams. That's what we need. So this is going to be, I hope, 6 of Swords. If you have a prediction, I want you to put it down in the comments. And then we'll do 1 hexagram from the E-Jing. Okay, real quick. Let's see. Oh, we've got an ace. We've got an ace of swords. Well, this is clarity. This is certainty. But this is not having all the answers. Because we're not asking the questions. We don't need to know. It's almost as if you're telling the builders, the contractors or whatever, we're not using blueprints. We don't have a plan. Just start building, and I will tell you as we go what to do. Kind of reminds me of the Winchester Mystery House, right? Just keep building, you know, and this is that antenna on the top of our head. We're receiving the plan in real time. So as soon as I receive that information from Spirit, from my soul, I will tell you what to do to build, you know. So we're learning as we go. We're building it as we go. We're not formulating a plan beforehand and taking time to make a blueprint and get it notarized or, I don't know, whatever you do. We don't need all that. We're just starting. We're just doing it. We're starting to put stuff together, and we'll receive the inspiration in real time to know what to do. Rather than spending years, maybe months or weeks, trying to figure out the plan and create an outline, create a big like business plan or blueprint or whatever. We're not trying to plot a course first and then start sailing. We're just going to sail, and we're going to use our divine inspiration, our intuition. You know, we're not going to assume that we're not going to assume that we have all the answers, or that we even need all of the answers now. Spirit will reveal it as we go. First, I think we have to start on the journey. Now I want to do an E-Jing hexagram. We'll just do 1 hexagram real quick. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth here. We'll see if this can offer us any guidance or wisdom or even some thought-provoking questions. The E is really good at that. Okay, that's the 1. 14, great possession. From the source, creating success. Well, that's very simple. From the source, creating success. Well, this is from the source. This is that download, that direct line of communication with Spirit, right? Ace of Swords. Creating success. That's what we said, the Wheel of Fortune, right? This is the recipe for success here. Let's read the commentary on the back. You are rich, either in material goods or in knowledge, yes, wisdom, power, energy, talent, or relationships, right? Talent. Whatever form it takes, you have something real and potent in your possession. That which you have or are, you can give. Isn't that what we said about the Knight of Cups? This pure potential is an opening to Source and a promise of abundance. Given all you have, who will you be? How can you affirm and support what is good? I think that's very fitting. It's really the perfect hexagram for it. Really echoed everything we talked about already, right? It's uncanny how right and how relevant the E-Jing is every time. Now we're going to do an extended reading. Okay, if you want to stick around, there is a link up in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius, usually Wednesdays and Sundays, right? 6 a.m. Chicago time. I am here every single day. You can come see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.